Hello and welcome to ShopOnTV with me, Rob Locke, with an E. And I am really excited because we have one of my favourite products right now, which is the Bamix or Bamix or even Barmix food processor. Yes, it may look like a stick blender, and it can be, but it's so much more. It is a complete food processing system. It's Swiss made, and if you were to go into a Michelin 5-star restaurant anywhere in the world, the chances are extremely high that the chefs will be using this very item. This is the Swiss line from Bamix. It is the absolute top of the range. You get 3 blades with it. You get a jug, you get a beaker, you get a stand, you get a processing unit, which is a grinder, and so much more. And we even give you a bonus meat blade, not for £199, but for our price, £169. And do remember that is available on PayPal as well if you want to spread the cost interest-free over 3 months. 3 payments of £58.65. Just select PayPal when you go to checkout. It'll take you through the process. Once you're approved, your order will be on its way. Now, somebody who was on their way, but then they arrived, is the man who's going to show us this incredible device. It's John Campbell.
Good afternoon, Rob.
Hello.
You doing all right?
Good afternoon, good evening, good night. Who knows what time, whatever time of day it happens to be. Show us how just one thing that's going to make me go, oh my gosh.
Well, there's loads of things where you're going to go, oh my God.
Okay.
You remember, it's 100% Swiss-made Bamix, made since 1954 in Metlin. Just want to draw your attention very quickly to the countertop. You will notice that the blades are enclosed between those 4 stainless steel prongs. The blades are countersunk, so they never touch the sides or the base of your containers, your pots, your pans, whether they're glass, plastic, metal or silicone. And what's more, Bamix works on a vortex. Now remember, as Rob said, this is the Swiss line, this is the top of the range model, double insulated on the inside, fully sealed on the outside. Bamix is often imitated, it's never ever duplicated. In my opinion, Bamix really is the best of the best, and this is the top of the range. Now watch the bottom of the Bamix when I turn it on. My hand's wet, please don't do this at home. This is just to illustrate the build quality. Remember, it's built to work, engineered to last. It sucks all the ingredients, all the liquid, in and down. What it doesn't do is blow it up and out. And I'm running on the high speed, Rob, 18,000 revolutions per minute. It's like a little twister.
18,000 revolutions per minute.
And this is why you can use your Bamix in your own baking bowl, pot, pan, Pyrex jug, jam jar, Tupperware dish. You're not restricted by a set size container or inhibited by a baking bowl. And please remember, it's the speed of Bamix that produces the results. And the blades, barring the complementary meat blade, are not sharp. They're shaped. Yeah. Remember, it's the speed. We've got 2 speeds. We've got 4 blades. Very quickly, and notice how quick and easy it is to interchange the attachments. This is the A blade. This will make the ingredient light and fluffy. Okay, so A stands for aerate. Yeah. Aerate. So Rob, think of things that like scrambled eggs, soufflés, pavlovas and pancakes, Yorkshire puddings, the sky's the limit, a light delicate sauce, cappuccinos, frappuccinos. Again,
so it replaces machines that would normally be a unitasker and do all those things. Ice cream machine, frothing machine.
One machine with the footprint of a kettle does the lot. So it replaces liquidizer, blender, food processor, cappuccino machine, ice cream maker, smoothie maker, washable spice milling grinder, milk frother. But look, I've now got a small plastic cup with about 1 inch of chilled water inside. Now, whether you're doing your breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, dessert or sweet treats, cocktails or Christmas ideas, Bamix is your trusted kitchen companion. Now, there's 2 to 2.5 tablespoons of coffee granules, plain coffee granules. Remember, I've got the A blade on now, but may just show you this really quickly. I've got loads of demonstrations to show you. The blade's on a slight tilt. So as well as go around very quickly,
it's off-piste.
It oscillates.
Right.
And that's the action that adds the air. Remember, beautifully balanced.
Isn't that how you, in sign language, isn't that how you applaud?
I think
so.
Right? Yeah, possibly. I'm not too sure. Yeah. But remember, beautifully balanced in your hand, under 1,000 grams in weight. No vibration in the hand, so there's no you don't get any fatigue in your fingers if you've got dexterity problems.
Yeah.
Whisper, quiet.
Look at that!
Now, look. This is on the low speed.
Water and coffee.
Water and coffee. Now, what this does, Rob, I like to do this. It's not a recipe. It's just a demo. And what this does essentially is lets all the viewers know of the speed, the build quality, how much air you can add into an ingredient. So again, whether it's something like egg white for meringues, that was the low speed. Look at my fingertips here, please. Remember, it's finger touch operation. my fingertips here, as soon as you release your finger from either speed, high or low, the blades stop to spin within around 2 to 3 seconds. Remember, Bay Mix is everything that a regular stick blender wants to be, and some. And have a look at this.
Look at that, it's amazing.
Again, I'll repeat myself, you can buy bigger machines than a Bay Mix. You can buy cheaper machines than a Bay Mix, but I believe wholeheartedly it's impossible to buy anything that's better, more versatile, of the same build quality, or anything as useful in the kitchen as a Bay Mix. And here is, without a shadow of a doubt, the biggest selling feature with any food processor in the world, whether it's Kenwood Chef, Cuisinart, Magimix, KitchenAid, and they're all fabulous machines. I'm certainly not here to badmouth them, but I believe where Bay Mix wins, time and time again, doesn't just do the small jobs or the big jobs, it does the everyday jobs. But here's the best bit, 1.8 meters of curly cord, makes you very mobile around your kitchen, but the washing up. Because we know, I've got 2 buckets of water down here, these are out of sight, one with warm soapy water, we rinse it, 2 or 3 seconds, one with rinsing water. Remember, everything is 100% food grade safe, everything. And please remember, you may use your Bay Mix in any container or receptacle, glass, plastic, metal or silicone. Only the complementary blade, which is the meat and fish mincing blade, which is superb for fibrous vegetables, is the only sharp blade. The one I've got in my hand, it's all on board storage. I'll run through all the different dishes and demos in a moment. It's absolutely phenomenal.
Do you know, one of the big problems is that these have been, as you say, so often imitated. They've been copied. So the form factor, it looks like a stick blender. It's what you would consider to be a stick blender, right? But in actual fact, you know, this pretty much came, well, no, it did come first. So this is 18,000 revolutions per minute. A regular stick blender that you might get for 20, 30 quid, that is just, you know, for stirring soups and things like that and whatnot in your saucepan. They're about 1,000 to 2,000 revolutions per minute. What I want you to understand here and get is that if you took any desktop kitchen food processor, blender, smoothie maker, all those machines, those big machines that have the big bowls, all that we've done here, all that Bamix have done, is taken away the bowl or the jug or the receptacle. So now you've got all the gubbins essentially from inside, all the power in the palm of your hand. The rest of it, you've got jugs, you've got bowls, you've got saucepans, you've got receptacles that you can use this in, and it frees you up to do so much more in terms of size, in terms of volume. And I mean, actually, John, volume-wise, this will do how much?
15. 15 litres of liquid at any one time, boiling hot liquid at ice cold. Remember, Bay Mix is used commercially as well as domestically all around the world.
So this is why, you know, in professional kitchens where they've got those massive stock pots, you know,
big
the
vats.
huge big vat.
Absolutely.
This is one of the reasons they
100%, because
this is great with big vessels.
It's the speed. It's the speed of Bay Mix that produces.
They probably use them on
results.
big vessels as well. I bet naval kitchens.
Absolutely, for sure.
Yeah.
And remember, this is the top of the range, the top of the line. This is the Swiss line, okay? Just really, really quickly, what I'd love to show you is a machine that I've now got in my hand that is 42 years old.
42 years old.
It does say Bay Mix on the bottom. It is coming off there because of the age of the machine.
It's older than you, isn't it?
It's 3 years younger than me. I'm 45. I know I only look about 35.
I was going to say.
Anyway. But look, this still works. Now, if you look at the button, when I turn it on, it still works. It makes a bit of a squeak. Having said that, you know,
I mean, I make a bit of a squeak when I get out of bed in the morning.
The Swiss are synonymous with quality. Right, let me take that A blade off.
Lifetime guarantee on the motor.
Absolutely. Now, this is significantly important because once upon a time, Bay Mix gave you a 10-year guarantee, which is phenomenal when you think about it, really. But now they give you a rock-solid lifetime motor guarantee. Remember, it's a 200-watt AC copper wound motor. The B blade, the blade with holes. Anything thick and creamy. Mayonnaise, mashing potatoes, emulsifying things, creaming soups, a hollandaise sauce or a bechamel sauce. This is that 400ml beaker you get included. It does come with a lid.
And what's in there?
This is like your regular mayo with a twist. It's got tomato puree.
No, you can't make mayo like that. You have to drizzle the oil in very, very slowly.
Drip by drip, drop by drop. No one's got time for that.
No.
That's why we go to the local supermarket, watch the container, high speed. This is why a lot of people go to the supermarket and buy those pre-bought
instant mayonnaise
condiments. So whether you're doing something like a garlic and herb mayonnaise, you're doing Caesar ranch, Italian or French dressing, or you're doing mint sauce, you're doing something like a garlic and herb mayonnaise. Rob, I do a beautiful one. at Christmas
By the way, I'm just
time.
I'm handing this out to Charlie, our floor manager. She's our fourth pair of hands.
Look at the consistency.
Oh, amazing.
So you're in control of your food that you're feeding you and your family. So here's something that's well worth mentioning.
Yep.
Maybe you're vegan, vegetarian, maybe you're lactose intolerant. Customize the food to suit your dietary requirements or your taste buds. As an individual, less of this, more of the other. Have a play around in the kitchen. Don't throw food out. Here's the washing up.
Well,
remember.
Yeah, no A numbers, no preservatives. Also,
no additives.
No vegetable oils. I know a lot of people now are very wary of vegetable oils. I am. And most mayonnaises are made out of, they've got rapeseed oil in them. I mean, but you can do this with an avocado oil, with an olive oil.
Absolutely.
You can go healthy all the way.
Now, it is a dream to clean. Remember, Bamix really is the ultimate, in my opinion, kitchen countertop workstation. Please remember, with a lifetime motor guarantee, it replaces liquidizer, blender, food processor, cappuccino machine, ice cream maker, smoothie maker, a washable spice mill and grinder. You may use it to do your mashed potatoes. You may use it to do your breakfast smoothie. You may use it with the grinder to do your herbs and spices. Maybe you're doing a homemade pate. Maybe you're doing a breakfast smoothie. There really are no limitations. And once again, to reiterate, whether you're using the Bamix, no right or wrong way, so I say Bamix, in glass,
The Swiss say
plastic,
Bamix,
metal or silicone containers, small or large, a baking bowl, a pot, a pan, a Pyrex jug, a jam jar, a Tupperware dish. We're not restricted by your own baking bowl.
Can't you do like croutons in a bag?
Yeah, so if you want to do like bread for breadcrumbs.
Oh, breadcrumbs, yeah.
In fact, we've got some fresh bread. I'm going to do that if time allows us to in a few moments' time. Right, so my plain flour, my milk and my eggs.
Okay, what's this going to be?
We're going to use our batter mix for our Yorkshire puddings. You can use packet batter mix if you wish, but I'm doing it the proper way. Now, the bee blade once again. Remember, anything thick and creamy, okay? So what I do now, straight in on the low speed, no splashing and no spraying. Remember, it works on that vortex. Again, Bamix really is your trusted kitchen companion. Bamix have been manufacturing this world-famous machine since 1954. So that's 70 years. You can't service an industry worldwide commercially, as well as domestically, and sell inferior products. Now, I've said this time and time again. I am slightly biased, of course. There are other great machines out there, but I believe Bamix really is the very, very best. Again, to reiterate, they're built to work, they're engineered to last. You do your own research, and by the way, for your Yorkshire pudding mix, here's a good little tip. And there's loads and loads of hints, tips and ideas on Bamix's website. All the recipes, may I say, tell you what blade to use. So you're never second guessing. It's very simplistic, it's not overcomplicated. And then on YouTube, there literally are, well, there's loads and loads of video clips to give you inspiration and ideas. But again, if it's easy to operate, easy to assemble, easy to wash and clean, doesn't take up a great deal of space on your kitchen counter.
And can I just say, actually, this is worth having this next to your hob/oven.
Absolutely.
And sort of midway between there and the sink. Because then when it's out, you'll use it all the time. If you keep it in the box or you keep it in a cupboard, you'll forget to use it. But when it's out, trust me, you'll go, oh, I need to whisk something. Oh, I've got the Bamix. Oh, I need to beat something. I need to crush something. I need to make some mayonnaise. Oh, the guests have come around. There's no mayonnaise. Wait, I've got oil. I've got eggs. I can make my own. Thousand Island dressing. Put some ketchup in it. You've got your Thousand Island dressing in your mayonnaise mix. Yorkshires. I haven't got any Yorkshire pudding mix. I've got some eggs. I've got some flour and whatever else was in there. Boom, you've got Yorkshire puds ready to go. This is it's the greatest multitasker I think I've ever come across. $58.65 per month, interest-free if you want to use PayPal Pay in 3, or £169 on your credit or debit card right now. All you need is the item number 296488. These demos always set the phone lines alight. Very, very busy. And so may I recommend you either call us on 03333 241 241 or go to the website shopontv.co.uk. Over 700,000 products in our marketplace as well. Big name brands, all sorts of good stuff to see. But anyway, in go the Yorkshire puds.
Yeah. And by the way, you know, in the mix, in the Yorkshire pudding mix, why not twist it up? Add some thyme, tarragon, rosemary, maybe something like mustard powder or mustard paste, a little bit of horseradish or anything of that nature, just to twist your Yorkshire pudding so they're not just regular Yorkshires. Look at them sizzle. Now, I've only used, incidentally there, Rob, the bee blade. Now, what you could do if you wanted to, you always use the bee for your Yorkshire puddings, always. But what you may do, once you've blitzed the plain flour, milk and eggs or your batter mix with the bee blade, then take it out the bowl, wash it, rinse it, it takes seconds to clean, pop on the A blade, remember the blades are not sharp bar in the complementary blade, and then for about 10 seconds, you give it a quick zip with the A-blade, and your Yorkshires will be massive, light,
Yes.
and ever so fluffy. And remember,
That's the
as
way
well,
we like them.
that's the way most
By the
people
way, can
like
I just say that we didn't see it in the shop, but there's there's an oven over there. It's just one of those desktop ovens.
Yeah.
So look, one of those.
I turn this around.
One of those and a Bamix, and you know, student accommodation, bedsit, caravan. You know, if you've got a boat or something like that, you can have all of your creature comforts from home, make all the meals that you would normally make. Just with those, you know, those two devices alone. I've got some cold milk here for you, John.
And I want the hot milk.
And you
please,
want?
Rob.
Oh, I say.
Because what we're going to do
He's
now,
not choosy, is he?
we're going to do
Or fussy, rather.
a bit of a diva, I'm known as.
No, that's the one. That's
Right,
the one. Yeah.
so we're going to do 3-in-1 drinks. Now, do remember, you do get the jug, 1 litre. It comes with the lid as well. So you can
Right.
serve, seal and store your food. And inside that jug, a bit like Russian dolls,
Yeah.
you've also got that, we call it the mayo beaker, but you can use it for anything, sauces,
Yes.
soups, custards,
And
gravies, that sort
they're
of thing.
freezer safe and dishwasher
Dishwasher,
safe.
microwave and freezer safe. I would
Marvellous.
personally recommend, however, you would wash them by hand. Right,
Okay.
chocolate drops, okay?
Ooh.
Hot milk
Yeah.
here. I'm going to melt the chocolate drops in there like so. So I'm going to put all the milk inside that container. Remember, you're not restricted by using your own sort of set size containers. You know,
You
like
do a massive jug if you want to. I mean, in this when the weather gets hot, or you know, depending on what the weather is now, you could have a big old jug and you could crush ice in it, and then you could make.
and important, you can crush ice dry without adding liquid, which is almost impossible to do with any other food processor. And please remember, this is a handheld food processor. You know, that is fabulous. Now, this is the A-blade. We're going to go into that that skimmed milk. Now, this is fully
Okay.
skimmed.
So this is cold skimmed milk.
Cold
Just
skim
regular
milk.
Cold
It's,
skimmed milk.
you know, it's like white water skim milk. Now, truth be known, when I'm at home, I use semi-skimmed and full cream for my tea, coffee, and cereal. But to do what I'm doing here, the milk must be very chilled.
Yeah.
And fully skimmed because there's no fat content. Now, if I stop about here,
Yeah.
if I had a flavour like strawberry, raspberry, banana, chocolate, or vanilla, you've got like a thick shape. That
Or a
costs
dollop of
pennies.
syrup.
Yeah, but if I turn it onto the high speed, this will now turn that skimmed milk, which is really chilled, to a similar consistency. Not the same, but similar to cream. But real cream's 37% fat, okay? Now I'm just going to tap this gently in my hand. Remember,
Wow, look at that.
Remember, double insulated on the inside, fully sealed on the outside. So this can be immersed fully into your receptacles, whether it is, again, a baking bowl or a pot or a pan, a Pyrex jug or a jam jar.
Run it under the tap as well.
Or under the tap. Now, what you may do, if I just draw your attention to my fingertips, you may also pulse the machine. So remember, if you want chunky soup, if you want to chop something but you don't want to obliterate it, you can also pulse the machine. Remember as well, you've got 1.8 metres of curly cord. So take what Rob said on board, please do, and that's place your bay mix between the stove top and the sink. That way you take it off the stand, use it in your own container, small or large, glass, plastic, metal, and then you take it to the hot tap, you simply rinse it. And by the way, barring the beaker and the jug, please remember, everything fits on that small stand. It's
And
got
can
the
I say,
footprint.
who cleans a food processor in the amount of time that you just did?
Nobody.
I mean, first of all, you've got to lick the bowl, obviously. But then after that, you've got, I mean, even if you can put them in the dishwasher, you've got the blades, you've got the bowl, you've got the lid, you've got all these components. I remember, because I was always the one that had to clean the food processor after we'd used it to make a cake or something. Pain in the derriere, not with this. Oh, look, it's a cappuccino.
No, this is a hot chocolate.
Oh, it's a hot chocolate. Oh, sorry, that's right. Oh, yeah.
Now, we're going to go
was
one
paying
stage
attention,
further.
honestly.
I've got to tell you, wait
It's
till
a frappuccino.
Wait till I do the pasta sauce.
Oh, my
Wait
Gideon.
till I do the mashed potatoes. There's a little bit of marshmallow
look.
on the top, okay, with little love hearts on there, like
Amazing.
so. Now, 3-in-1 drink. So
That
here
cost
we
you
go.
a fiver, that would, in a shop.
Very possibly, very possibly.
Could, anyway.
So, we've got a little bit of whiskey in there, so drink responsibly. This is for the adults, not for the little kids. So I pop a little bit of coffee in there with that whiskey. Now, normally...
What does that classify me as?
Normally, when you go to that restaurant, Rob, and you buy an Irish whiskey or a Gaelic coffee or something of that nature, the waiter will come and they will pour the cream, the heavy cream,
a
over the back
spoon.
of a spoon so it doesn't sink. Well, Baymix makes the skimmed milk so light, fluffy, and so decadent, it just sits on the top like a mini Guinness. But I haven't yet finished. Let me just take the remaining coffee. Where have I put? Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
So here's my jug of coffee. Here's my little bit of milk, whether it's cup to cup, mug to mug, or jug to jug. We're mixing the two. We've done a beautiful, luxurious
It's a latte.
hot chocolate. We've got a Irish coffee or a Gaelic coffee. And now we've got a luxurious latte.
Latte,
And again, Rob's
yeah.
just mentioned it. You'll pay you know, depending where you go, but you pay £3 or £4 for a large
Mine's
latte.
nearly £6 actually, because I have an extra shot.
If you have the speciality ones with the syrups in, they cost you more money. Right, what we're going to do now,
There's a
Rob,
very famous coffee shop in America we used to call $5. Because
yes,
everything was conveniently $5 or more.
absolutely, right.
That is amazing. Look at those little coffees.
And there's that beautiful...
You could have your fancy coffee afternoons or something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about... I might need to try the Irish coffee just to make sure it's, you know, it's all correctly mixed.
Well, if you want to, you can do.
I think I should. I should test.
You're not
I'll
driving,
take one for
so
the
you're
team.
all right.
I will
There we
take
go.
one for the team.
It's not very, very hot, but,
No,
you know,
that's fine.
There we go, Rob.
But look at this, one of my favourites at Christmas time.
So now, Rob, we're going to do the Sea Blade.
Oh yeah, baby.
So the
Sea
Sea
Blade.
Blade is the most versatile blade.
Before
okay?
you do that, can I just... I've got
Go
to do
for
what
it.
we call in the business a call to action. Buy it. Good, okay, carry on.
So just remember...
No, sorry, let me do it properly.
Just
Buy it now. Carry on.
spread the cost
With PayPal.
Yeah. Buy a Baymix because nobody honestly regrets investing.
Oh, that's so good.
Average lifespan's 25 to 30 years. Please remember a lifetime motor guarantee. Very, very quickly, I'm wetting the machine. Remember, it's a 200 watt AC copper wound motor, okay? The Swiss are synonymous with quality, okay? So whatever the Swiss make, generally speaking, tends to be the best of the best. Here is that vortex. And no splashing and spraying. Again, we're not inhibited by a baking bowl or a set-size container.
John, I think you did something wrong. This evaporated.
Very quickly. It's very warm in this studio
It's
under
very
the
warm
lights.
in the studio,
Remember,
yeah.
1.8
Charlie,
metres of curly
sorry, I don't know
cord.
what happened.
We're going to do the sorbet. We're going to do the ice cream. And we are going to show you that amazing spice milling grinder in a moment's time.
Yes.
Okay?
Caster sugar, icing
which sits
sugar.
neatly in the back of the stand. But if I just very, very quickly lift that little flap up there, all your blades sit nice and neatly. Remember, that's the sharp one, so might you want to store that separately. Fit nice and comfortably in the back. So it's all on board storage. Now, we've got the Sea Blade on. Remember, the blade doesn't touch the base of your pots and pans. Now, what I will say, if you have a non-stick pan at home, please don't drag it across the bottom.
No.
Because there are 4 prongs on the base of the unit. But
And
you don't need
drag
to.
it across the counter,
Let's go
otherwise
straight into
the
that.
studio owner will kill us.
That
Do you
little
want
bit of soup.
to
Let's
swap
do a
bases?
do-si-do, okay?
Do-si-do. Can I say, please, check out your baskets. Just because you put it in your basket, it doesn't reserve an item for you. You have to check out and pay for it. Now, we never manage to get, you know, hundreds or thousands of, maybe hundreds, but not thousands. We never have a massive stock of these. And so please do make sure you check out as quickly as you can to make sure you secure yours, or you might go to order it and find that it's sold out. Amazing wedding gift, of course, you know, when that time of year comes around.
Absolutely. Somebody that's going to university or
any
Christmas
time of year,
gift.
really.
So you can see all the ingredients there. I've got butternut squash, I've got mooli, I've got sweet potato, I've got carrot, I've got broccoli, I've got cauliflower.
Mooli?
Mooli.
What's mooli?
White radish.
Oh.
Now, I'm pulsing here on the low speed.
Yes, I'm quite enjoying myself as well.
12, it's just the way I'm stood. 12,000 revolutions per minute. Remember, it's the speed of Baymix that produces the results. Now, if I just blitz it for a second, so remember, you can make your soup chunky, or you can make it as fine or as smooth as you wish. Maybe you've got dentures. Maybe you've got, like, you know, an injury in your mouth, and you need to liquidize the food. Maybe you've got braces. Baby food. You know, 19 years ago.
Look at that!
You can see that the machine drawing everything in.
Light work of it.
Absolutely. But 19 years ago, Rob, that's what we got our Baymix for Phoebe, my daughter, for baby food. So we didn't have to buy.
No preservatives, you know what you're feeding your baby.
Absolutely. And again, the nice thing is, Baymix really, hand on heart, has you covered. Breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, dessert, sweet treats. Let me just quickly rinse this because I want to do the sorbet.
Do you want us? Are we swapping around again?
I'm just going to
no worries. Okay, do-si-do.
This is nice and chunky, nice and thick. Okay, remember you can thin the soup out should you want to. So
look at that soup.
I'm going to just pour this out.
Oh, it's just amazing.
Beautiful.
But you could have a stew and think, you know what, I fancy some soup today.
Hearty.
You can just this is a liquidizer. Oh, amazing.
Right now.
Amazing.
The sorbet.
Yes.
Right, if I just show the viewers at home this very, very quickly, inside this jug, remember, use your Baymix in your own Pyrex jug, your own receptacle. It could be glass, plastic, metal, silicone. Again, there are no restrictions. As long as that cutter guard the head of the bay mix fits into your container, you're in business. Now, what I'm going to do is add some cold water.
Yep.
You may add something like icing sugar or caster sugar,
Yep.
a little bit of honey, maybe some vanilla extract just to sweeten up because obviously the berries are quite tart.
Yeah.
Now, gents, I'm going to pick on you for a moment. This is all the gentlemen viewers that are watching at home today.
Yep.
Without being rude, this doesn't say down the side of the machine Black & Decker, Bosch, DeWalt, or anything of that nature. It's not a power tool, it's a food processor that fits in the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
So in other words, don't have to pile drive it. Let the speed of bay mix do the hard work for you. We've got the C blade on, remember the most versatile blade.
Yep.
And now we're going to go straight into that jug on the high speed. We don't need to use brute strength or force. Remember, you can do your cappuccinos, you can do your garam masala, you can do your bread for breadcrumbs, biscuit for biscuit base, homemade pate, pesto sauce, mash your spuds, Yorkshire puddings. I don't know if the camera can get a shot of this because I can't see very well at the moment.
Yorkshires. Have a look
But the Yorkshires inside the oven in a moment. I don't know.
Wow.
They're rising like a block of flats. So about another 15 minutes, maybe 20 a push, then you've got beautiful, fluffy, not heavy or doughy Yorkshire puds that, you know, your favourite aunt, Bessie, will be absolutely envious of. And here is one of the most important features with any food processor, the washing up. It really is so simple and easy to clean.
Yeah.
Footprint of a kettle.
But I love the fact that things that you would normally buy in a packet, you don't need to buy in a packet anymore. You can actually make them fresh.
Yeah.
So you know what the ingredients are. You know what you're putting into your mouth, into your stomach, and into the mouths and stomachs of your loved ones. It's so versatile. You can do anything that you can think of, food processing wise, just with the Bamix. Here's some more information. We'll see you in a minute.
Bamix, the kitchen robot. Select the correct attachment for the particular recipe. The whisk is used to whip and froth cream, egg whites, and skimmed milk. The best results are achieved in a high, narrow beaker. The whisk replaces the wire whisk. Bring the Bamix into contact with the base of the beaker, switch to level 1, allow to run for a few seconds. Hold at an angle and raise slowly up the side of the beaker. Repeat until the cream has become firmly whipped. The whisk can be used to froth soups and sauces directly in the pan. Hold the Bamix at an angle and draw through the soup until it becomes frothy. Correctly used, egg white quickly becomes firmly whipped. Add sugar to the whipped egg whites, mix slowly at level 1, and the meringue mix is ready. Thanks to the strength of the Bamix, ice-cold skimmed milk can be frothed in an instant.
This is the Bamix complete food processing system. It's not just a stick blender. It can do what a stick blender does, but a billion times more. And all of this, a complete set with 4 blades, with the grinder, or the processor as we call it, with a jug and the beaker, and with lids, all for £169. And remember, you can spread the cost on PayPal Pay in 3. Make sure you check out though, because these shows are always so busy and these things sell out. We don't have oodles and oodles of stock. So check out now either on the phone 03333 241 241 or online at shopontv.co.uk, where you'll also find about another 700,000 products you might be interested in. John Campbell, what are we doing now?
Right, so remember, Bamix is your food processor in the palm of your hand, and you take your food processor processor directly to your food, not the other way around. So we
Right.
flip food preparation on its head. I want to draw your attention real quick, and this is the reason why we can use in any container or receptacle, to the counter. Look, the blades are enclosed between the 4 prongs. All of the blades, there are 4. Remember, you get the complementary meat and fish mincing blade, which is really sharp, the only sharp blade. The counter sunk, so they never touch the base or the sides of containers. By the way, around about a few minutes ago, I did the sorbet. I'm just going to set that aside using the blade I have on the bottom of the bay mix now. This is the C blade. Remember, C stands for chop, cut, and
It's
crush.
aerate for the A blade, beat for the B blades, and chop
and
for the
C
C
for
blade.
that blade there.
Yeah.
Remember, it's not sharp, it's shaped. Ultimately, it's the speed of bay mix that produces the results. Now, I'm going to pop that blade down there
Yes.
and leave those 3 little blades
Right.
next to one another. Remember, these 3 here are not sharp. Not
Right.
one of them, okay? Swiss stainless steel, everything is impervious to acid, oil, and citrus juice, hence the reason why it's used commercially. Now, please disconnect the machine from the mains. Make sure your hands are dry when you assemble, when you attach this blade
Yes,
here.
yeah.
This is the meat.
Seriously sharp.
Yeah,
This is almost
razor sharp. This is the
scalpel
meat and
sharp,
fish mincing blade, but also superb, Rob, for very fatty meats or fibrous
Yes.
vegetables. So like game meat or leek, celery, fennel, root ginger and spinach. Anything very fibrous. Now,
Fibrous, right.
in a container, remember glass, plastic, metal, silicone, it makes no difference what container you're
What's
working
in there?
Smoked salmon,
Yeah.
fillets, just
Yeah.
roughly sort of chopped up.
Yeah.
Soft cream cheese.
Yeah.
A little bit of seasoning, some
Right.
dill, and some chives. Now I'm on the low speed here. Dips, desserts, appetizers, main meals, light meals. If you're on a specialised diet, remember, you could be vegan, vegetarian, or lactose intolerant. Oh, there's the timer, by the way. The timer on the oven. So that's suggesting that they're now
Yorkshires are
done, right? And remember this as well. Remember, please do remember, you're in control of what you're feeding you and your family. So potentially, you're going to save a small fortune, I can't promise you, on buying ready prepared, pre-packed and processed foods.
Yeah.
Not only that,
Look.
you are now
salmon dip?
eliminating using several different kitchen appliances. Remember,
That's totally,
Bay-Mix-
if you're on the keto diet or something, that is
Fabulous.
totally conducive to that.
Yeah.
But also, you know, people come around, guests, and it's like, we've got the chips or the crisps or the crackers.
You're not
It's like,
American now,
I know,
mate.
I forgot, sorry. And it's like, I used to live in America, apparently. And it's like, have you got any dip for that? Oh, no. But then you've got, I've got some leftover salmon. I've got some Philadelphia in the fridge. Now you've got a dip. Or if you need mayonnaise, you can make mayonnaise.
in seconds.
Yes.
Literally for pennies and not pounds, depending obviously on the type of the quality of ingredients that you buy. Now remember, this is the sharp blade. I'm going to
Yes.
use this in more detail a little bit later.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the Yorkshire puddings out in just a moment's time, but just before I do want to decant very quickly some of this smoked salmon dip. You could be doing a beetroot feta dip for your summer barbecue. Remember, whether you're doing something like sweet treats, barbecue meals, baking in your own baking bowls, maybe you're doing an all-in-one Victoria sponge cake. Place all the ingredients into your baking bowl.
Yeah, because
okay?
you could do cake, like you know, normally
Oh,
people buy food
100%.
processors to do cake mixes. You just do that in the bowl. You
Yep.
measure all the ingredients into a bowl, and boom, you whisk around with the bay mix, and you're ready to go.
Do you like salmon?
Yeah, can I try some? I was going to say, yeah.
So I've got a little bit of salt in there. I've got a little bit of lemon juice. So if I just pop that here for you. The crackers are nice and fresh.
Nice
Dill,
say.
we've got soft cream cheese, and we also have some chives and a little bit of rock salt. And that, I've got to tell you...
Again, consumer journalism here, obviously, at its best. Here we go.
If you do like your spreads and your dips, that's amazing, that is. It's lovely, isn't it?
No, it's terrible.
And I'm not a chef, but here's the good news. I'm going to do with Rob for 1 second. You don't need to have great culinary skills. It's all about minimal effort, maximum outcome. You know, whether you're a baking beginner or a gourmet chef, whether you're doing a single serving or maybe a family feast, Baymix really is your trusted kitchen companion that you will have for many years to come. Do remember, please, significantly important, a rock solid from Switzerland, lifetime...
I could have passed you those.
Oh, well, I've got to work for my money.
Next time.
A lifetime motor
won't worry about
guarantee.
it.
Now, what we're going to do here, really quick, please remember that everything goes on the back of the stand, nice and neat
Which
and
is
tidy,
included.
barring the beaker and the jug. So it's got a very, very small footprint. Now, this is important. I call this a grinder. A lot of people will. Spice mill, processor. That's what the Swiss call it, processor. This blade's not sharp, but it does have an edge, okay? You don't use any of the 4, regular would be the wrong word, but the 4 normal blades, because the blade's inside the grinder, okay? It's a bit rude to call these regular. So remember, A for aerate, A for aerate, light and fluffy.
Regular, but
yeah, light and fluffy. B for blend, thick and creamy. Anything you want to emulsify or make thick and creamy. That's the C blade. That's the one we did the sorbet and soup with, the multi-purpose blade. And that's the only sharp blade right here in my hand now. That's the meat and fish mincing blade. Please pay due care and attention to that. So you get those 4. Now, very quickly, I would personally recommend you wash the grinder by hand. 2 little clips at the bottom. Push them apart. It disconnects the base from the bowl. This is odor-proof and stain-proof, but I wouldn't recommend you leave anything, something like turmeric inside there for too long. Right, now, one of the hardest spices in the world.
Is that nutmeg? Is it nutmeg?
Absolutely, yeah. We do live shows and exhibitions, as you know. One gentleman said several months ago now, it was actually last year, he says, he's come to my stand, he says, why have you got acorns on your stand? It's a whole grenadine nutmeg. I'm going to pop one of those inside the grinder, okay? In fact, what we're going to do.
The blades aren't. What we're going to do? We're going to get the Yorkshires out.
No,
we're
going to get the Yorkshires out. The Yorkshires are done.
Going off piste.
Going off piste. You know me. Right. So, if we can get a real close-up of this, it'd be really good. Yeah. But soft bread. Yeah. Not stale bread. Yeah. Not toast. This is fresh. This was bought this morning. Okay. So
what are you making?
If you're doing bread. For breadcrumbs, for a chicken or a fish dish.
This is madness with fresh
homemade
bread.
Stuffing or anything of that nature. Yeah. Just roughly tear up the bread like so. Remember, there's no motor inside this processor or grinder.
The Bamix becomes the motor.
Absolutely. Bamix is your motor. That's why this is fully washable. And because it's odor-proof and stain-proof, imagine the scenario. Imagine you're doing something like stir-fry, Vietnamese food, Thai dishes. You're using ingredients like onions, chilies, ginger, garlic.
Now, you could toast the bread first if you wanted.
Yeah, you could do, but it's not necessary.
It's just to prove the point, really.
But what I'm trying to get to out here, Rob, imagine you're doing something really pungent inside there. Yeah. If it was a regular grinder, it'd have a motor inside. Yeah. So you can only wipe it clean. You can't immerse it in water because you damage the motor. Of course. Well, imagine the next morning. Do me a favour, Rob. Yeah. Grab that big jar of coffee beans.
Big jar of coffee beans.
Imagine you're doing chilies, ginger, garlic in here. You can only wipe it clean. The next morning, you want to do fresh coffee beans into a coffee powder.
See, this is why it's sensible. You take the motor away from the bowls, because everyone's got the bowls and receptacles.
Absolutely.
And then you make it waterproof, and then you can take it to whatever food you need to process.
So here we go.
Come in.
It's as tough as old boots. So I'm going to use the same grinder.
Yeah.
Okay, because I've got loads of demos to show you.
Normally you have to break or grate your fingernails off, don't you?
I'm going to ask the viewers to do me a little favour. When you're using your grinder with your Bamix, okay, any small quantities inside the grinder, small amounts, just shake the mill gently. You don't need to be aggressive. So it could be a few peppercorns for a peppercorn sauce. Okay. High speed, 18,000 revolutions per minute. The Swiss are synonymous with quality. Just shake the grinder a wee bit. So it could be something like cloves, a little bit of star anise. You might be doing something like the nutmeg, like I'm doing for your rice pudding, your porridge, custard, spinach, roast parsnips, eggnog at Christmas time. And what I will say is this, if you're doing chocolate inside here, for maybe ice cream, cappuccino or cheesecake, please remember you have the facility to pulse. Yeah. So you can get shavings of chocolate.
So you buy a bar of dairy milk or something, and it goes, and now you've got ground chocolate.
I don't think you can see this.
Is that custard?
But if I tilt this up very, very slowly...
We've got an overhead camera.
Oh, of course we have. I keep forgetting. So the custard, right, beautiful. You can smell this over the top of that rice pudding or that custard. Okay, it's absolutely beautiful. And remember, you can use the grinder, the processor, both wet and dry. So you can do your guacamole in here, your homemade pate, pesto sauce, hummus. Right, let's get the Yorkshires out.
Let me show everybody. Look, this is. Here's our overhead camera, so you can see. Look,
I'm going to do the ice cream now.
It's a little bit out of focus because I'm holding it above where it's focused, but you get the idea. Right.
Oh, beautiful.
Sorry, what's next? Where are we?
Right, so let's get the Yorkshires out.
Ah, yes.
Okay, so obviously always pay due care and attention when you're taking anything from the oven. So what I did, plain flour, milk and eggs into my own Pyrex dish. Again, it could be silicone, it could be glass, plastic, metal. I would recommend personally, this is up to you, but I would recommend
Hang on,
rapeseed
John, let me
oil.
put a cloth down for you.
It's actually, it's not hot
it's not
now.
too bad. Oh, okay,
I'm tapping
fine.
it.
Never mind.
It's warm, but it's not hot. But I'll tell you what we'll do, just because we're in
we
a
used
really
the
nice
slate for the
fancy
bread, didn't we?
studio,
Yeah.
we don't want to damage anything.
No.
So I'm going to pop that on
You
there.
break it, you buy it, John, all right?
Absolutely, that's right, Rob. And the oven's off as well now.
Look
now,
at that.
imagine you're doing toad in the hole, the Sunday roast, just sausages and mash, and you want some. I mean,
Oh, that's food porn, that is.
They're still hot. You can see, probably see
Can
the
I
steam
just try
coming
just to make sure?
out. Which one would you like? Because I'm not going to touch it. Because
Oh, all right.
Well, I'll let you. My hands are clean. Like.
I like them slightly on the sort of the stodgier side. Oh,
Okay.
yeah,
Well, that's up to you.
Oh, come here, you.
Give it
oh,
a-
yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah? Careful, it might be a bit hot.
I like it.
Do you know why we feed Rob?
What?
We feed him to keep him quiet for 2 minutes because you can't get a word in edgeways. God bless him. All right, he's doing his job. Right, let me just move these now very quickly. And we're going from Yorkshire puddings to ice cream. Okay? So ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Okay?
Oh, my God.
Do me a
This is
favour,
good.
Rob.
What?
Just pass me the raspberries, frozen raspberries.
Raspberries.
Now, a good little tip to all the viewers. Anything like strawberries, anything
this is
like
so good.
banana, anything that's very dense, when you've frozen it solid in your freezer, take it from the freezer, let it thaw out for a good 10 minutes.
This is the perfect Yorkshire pudding,
right.
by the way.
Now, ice
Perfect.
cream, it's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
2 parts frozen fruit, 1 part milk, yogurt, custard, or cream. I'm now taking the A blade. Remember, A adds air. It makes an ingredient ever so light and fluffy. The nice thing is, we're not restricted by a set size container like you are with a conventional food processor. We're not inhibited by a baking bowl. Baymix is your food processor. You take it to your food. Remember, this is the speed of Baymix, lifetime motor guarantee, still made in the very same factory in Mettlin, in Switzerland, since the very first day it was manufactured. So, you know, Baymix is not advertised as being made in Switzerland, yet made elsewhere around the world. This is 100% Swiss made. And actually, just whilst I'm zipping this milk up very quickly, Baymix goes through a very thorough 10-minute test, every machine, on performance, rotation, and on thermal heating. Now, if I want this taste of real cream, to trick your taste buds into thinking it was real cream, you'd add a few drops of vanilla essence, a level teaspoon of something like stevia or Splenda or sugar or any other sugar substitute. That would give you the taste of cream. You certainly have the texture. What you haven't got are the calories of cream, because real cream's 37% fat. This is skim milk, red top, ice cold.
Yeah.
This is 99.9% fat-free. So great to go on the top of your apple pie, pumpkin pie, strawberry tart or fruit salad. What I will say, the studio lights here are very, very hot. So this is not quite as chilled as I'd like it to be. What you would do at home, you'd take the milk from the fridge, ice cold, or even, if your fridge is not that cold, pop the milk in the freezer for 20 minutes or so. The colder the milk is, the better. The thicker and the stiffer it'll become.
Yeah.
Take the A blade off. Remember, the blades are not sharp, so it's safe and simple to interchange the blades. It's only the meat blade that's sharp. Every single recipe on Baymix's website tells you which blade to use or which combination of blades, so you're not second guessing. Video
That's
clips.
just Baymix.com.
Yes,
B-A-M-I-X.
BaymixUK.com. Or if you want the Swiss, it's Baymix.com. And if you subscribe, you get all the recipes, the updated recipes sent to you. Remember,
for free.
footprint of a kettle, under 1,000 grams in weight, whisper quiet. I'm going to put my very sensitive microphone so it doesn't vibrate, doesn't make a great big racket.
What about the warranty again?
Lifetime motor guarantee.
So
and you know
anything
as well
goes
as
wrong
I
with
do,
it for lifetime,
the
you're
viewers,
covered.
absolutely, the viewers know that when you go to that very well-known, and it's a really good store, electrical superstore on the retail park, you buy a product, and then when you get to the till and you check out, they offer you an extended warranty quite frequently.
Yeah.
And you pay for that extended warranty, whether it be 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever. Well, Baymix don't charge you for that extended guarantee. That's the confidence. Do
they have in
remember,
the
the
machine,
machine I now have in my hand, 1982.
Well, and people who own these and have bought these, I know people who've had theirs 20, 30 years and they're still going strong. One of our directors,
What I'm not going to do here,
his parents have got one that's 30 years old.
I'm on the low speed.
Okay.
Yeah? I'm going to go into the high speed. I'm going to go into this vat of
It's
water.
very quiet, but not on the phone lines and on the website, because this is an amazing product.
Remember,
do check out as soon as you can to get yours.
The drive
You'll thank
shaft
the
of
day.
Bay Mix, sorry Rob,
It's all right.
the drive shaft of Bay Mix has never changed in 70 years. This year they're celebrating their 70th birthday.
Yes.
And again, whether you're a gourmet chef, whether you're a baking beginner, whether you're doing a single serving or a family feast, Bay Mix is your
Still
trusted kitchen companion.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to pop this
While
down
you're
here.
down there, another Yorkshire pudding wouldn't go amiss.
Okay.
Can I just say...
oh, excuse me, one
Can
second.
I just say that you get so much with this... Oh, thank you, mate.
Look at that size. That is
They are-
massive.
honestly, I
Look
love
at the size
Yorkshire
of
puddings.
that. Huge.
That is pub quality, that is.
Yeah, I mean...
Now it's going to go in my belly.
Yeah.
Get in my belly.
In my belly.
But
Right.
look at everything you get. You get the stand, you get the Bay Mix itself, of course. You also get a beaker, which is 400ml with lid. You get a jug, which is a litre with lid. And you get the processor. There are 4 blades. 3 of them are the standard ones, but we give you an additional bonus meat blade. And they're about, I think, 14 quid, 13, 14 quid, something like that on the Bay Mix website. So you get the whole bundle, not for £199, but for £169. Phenomenal price. And remember that price, if you spread that across 10, 20, 30 years, that it's very likely you'll not only keep owning, but keep using this device. It works pennies, fractions of a penny a day. Keep it between your sink and your oven or your prep area. You'll use it all the time for everything. It is the food processor that you don't have to take out once every 8 months and dust off just to make a cake. You can do this for so much more than a regular bowl
so many, Rob,
would work.
so many applications Bay Mix will allow you to open the kitchen doors into your kitchen, and it really elevates the flavour of the food. Really, really quickly, that's your set there. There's your jug, your beaker's inside your jug. There's the stand.
You know Cookie Monster?
Yes.
I'm Yorkshire Monster.
Or the Yorkshire Monster. There's that grinder, okay, that goes in the back of the stand. Very quickly, I've got the C blade on. The most used blade, any Bay Mix owner will tell you, that's a funny looking blade, like the star-shaped blade. It's called the processing blade. So cooked meat, not raw meat. Remember, you use the sharp blade for raw meat and fish. Cooked meat, you use the C blade that I've now got on the bottom of the Bay Mix. Ice cream, 2 parts frozen fruit, 1 part milk, yogurt, custard or cream. Smoothies, sorbets, anything viscous, larger quantities, liquidizing soup, making the ingredients for bread, cake, pastry, cookie dough, okay? Never ever, please, and this is to the viewers that are watching at home, and I say this with the greatest of respect, because I can fully appreciate, because I get this all the time at the exhibitions and shows, people look at Bay Mix, quite rightly, and go, it's just a stick blender. Now, don't get me wrong, it's brilliant for blending all your baking requirements and baby food. But Bay Mix truly is the #1, the original handheld food processor. Now, there are, and I'm not bad-mouthing or knocking anything else, I'm really not, but there are lots of pretender blenders. Bay Mix really is the cream of the crop, la creme de la creme, the best of the best. And if you want to by the way, this is for the adults, not for the children. This is just one thing I failed to place inside there, my apologies, was a little bit of vanilla.
Yeah.
You can place inside there a little bit of honey, a little bit of sugar. You know, again, customize it to suit your own taste buds, dietary requirements, so forth and so on. You're in control. Keep your Bay Mix on the counter. It really is a kitchen countertop workstation.
Yep.
And what I was about to say then was, I don't know, I forgot. But what we'll do,
Excellent.
we'll take this ice cream.
Well said.
We'll pop it in the side.
Yep.
Into this little vase here. That's what I was going to say. You have one machine that will replace, that has the footprint of a kettle, liquidizer, blender, food processor, cappuccino machine, ice cream maker, smoothie maker, and a washable spice mill and grinder.
That was skim milk and
that
some
was
frozen
skim
fruit.
milk and raspberries. Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
The naughty ice cream. So I lost my train of thought.
Oh,
there,
yeah,
Rob.
yeah.
Right, so this is just for the adults at home. If you like bananas, frozen bananas, let them thaw for 10 minutes.
Yep.
Frozen bananas, 2 or 3 big glugs of Bailey's liqueur or any alternative Irish liqueur, and then a handful of Maltesers. Don't crush them up, just put them straight in as they are. Use the C blade. Beautiful. Banana and Bailey's
Well, I was
ice
going
cream.
to say, this is your
Right,
cocktail maker
let me
as
pop
well,
this,
isn't it?
Absolutely. Cocktails, mocktails.
Yeah.
Again, everything is 100% food grade safe. Now, Rob, we are
Yep.
now going to do mashed potatoes.
Potato. What's
So-
that? It's all covered in mud. Oh, it's a potato. Do you remember that from the ads?
I'm
No?
not old enough.
No, honestly, that was an ad. That was the voiceover for an ad.
The B-blade. So whether you're doing Colcannon, regular mashed potatoes, sweet potato mash, carrot and swede, the B-blade, the emulsifier, creamy, thick consistency. The B-blade. Right, now what I've got to do, do-si-do, but what I'm going to do very quickly, just to show all the viewers, because we've got our pole cam on, which is like, oh, sorry, Rob,
that's right.
Overhead camera. You don't need the muscles of Popeye to mash. Okay? You don't need the muscle of Popeye. Now, what I'm going to do here is take this pan of potatoes.
Yes.
That's got the water inside.
Yeah.
I'm going to strain the water in my colander down here. Now,
you've got everything under the table. If you could see under here, it's like a mad scientist's workshop.
Well, I'm a bit mad.
That is true. That is
Oh,
true.
my glasses have steamed up. 1 minute. Can you see them? That's quite funny, isn't it? Let me take these off just for a second or two so I can see what I'm doing. Rob, if you may.
Yes.
Actually, no. Let's move that nutmeg.
Right.
Pop that there.
Yeah.
Right. Parmesan cheese in my hand.
Yes.
Right, so you can see the Parmesan, yeah?
Yeah.
So it stinks, but if you like Parmesan, this is fabulous. Buy cheese on the block, grate it yourself, as opposed to pre-grated or pre-shaved, and you will save an absolute fortune.
Yeah, those little packets of grated Parmesan. My son buys them, actually.
Let's take that blade off. Remember, the blade's inside the grinder, okay? So
they're not as good, I don't find.
We've done the bread for breadcrumbs. We didn't do the coffee beans, excuse me. Here's the Parmesan.
Yeah.
Granulated sugar to icing sugar.
Which we'll show you later.
About 30 seconds. Peanuts to peanut butter. About 1 to 1.5 minutes because the oil is inside the peanut, okay?
In fact, by popular demand, we might even end up having to extend the show.
Right.
I've heard from the producer, we're going to extend the show by another 30 minutes because there's just so much to show you.
You might want to put a bit of garlic paste inside
a bit of garlic mashed potatoes.
Oh, beautiful. Now, here's a little bit of creme fraiche. Not ordinarily.
Yeah.
Most people
Wait now.
would use a knob of butter, a little bit of cream. I'm just mixing up a little bit, just to give you, hopefully, a little bit of inspiration, some ideas. So let's put 4...
I always wanted to make an like a cartoon about butter, because I wanted to call the hero Nobby.
Your jokes, they need some...
No, that's not a joke, that's true.
Nobby.
Nobby the butter.
Nobby the butter.
Yeah. That'd be my children's book.
Remember, you do get the jug, you do get the beaker, but you may use your own Pyrex jugs, jam jars, Tupperware dishes. Whether the material is glass, plastic, metal or silicone, it doesn't matter. That's your food processor, under 1,000 grams in weight, beautifully balanced, whisper quiet, lifetime motor guarantee.
But into a non-stick pan, though.
The B-blade, right. So, 2 things here. Number 1, we ask you, when you're using your bay mix with any blade, in a non-stick pot or pan, don't drag the machine across the bottom, because there are 4 stainless steel prongs there.
Yes.
But you don't need to. Remember, it works in that vortex.
Yes.
The blades are countersunk.
Unless
so
you've
when
got
you
Tefal
look at
Ingenio, in which case it doesn't matter, because you can't scratch that stuff.
they're very resistant to cuts and abrasions, aren't they?
Yeah.
Right, so I'm just going to swiggle that around a wee bit. On the low speed here, all I'm going to do is just very gently dance it on the top, just to break through that top layer a few times, okay? Just a few times like so. On
By the way,
low
I
speed.
shall be eating all of this.
By the way, Rob, can I just tell you,
Yeah.
right? And again, I said this once, I say it 1,000,000 times.
Look.
Bay mix is everything, and I really mean this now. I know a lot of people will be watching the show today and thinking, it's a bit OTT, that statement. He's just saying it from a sales point of view. But bay mix is everything that a regular stick blender wants to be, and some.
Or every stick blender on the market is,
Every single one.
a copy of the Bay Mix
One,
shape.
and I can't
But they don't
say
have the
that.
motor in it.
Right.
Now, how can you make creamy mashed potatoes like that without elbow grease? You can't. Everyone knows it. If you eat a lot of mashed potatoes, it's worth having a Bay Mix just for that.
Look, Rob, baby food, brilliant.
Can you just pass me that?
Yeah, I'm going to do that now.
Oh, no.
You're going to give it a quick rinse?
You don't need this, do you?
Why would we need that?
Well, can I just say that here's what you do when you've got this utensil. Basically, you do this.
And do you know what most people would do with that?
Sorry, that was a bad throw, Charlie. Apologies.
Most people...
No, I threw it at the floor. I didn't throw it at Charlie.
That have...
She was really trying to catch it, but I thought, no, I'm not going to risk it.
Ooh,
You can have an eye out with one of those.
Most people that have at home currently a blender or a liquidizer or a food processor of some type, if it's in the cupboard, and let's face it, that's where most of them generally are.
Usually, yeah. I bought one, spent 250 quid, it's been in the cupboard, I've never used it.
You wouldn't take your food processor, you wouldn't probably take it out the cupboard, plug it in, use it for your mash spuds, okay, and then put it back. Why? Because of the aggravation, the washing around, the faffing around.
Is this plate free?
With a Bay Mix, pardon?
Is this plate free?
Yeah, you can do. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you a fresh spoon.
Okay.
Do you want the big one or the small spoon?
I'll have the small one, please.
Small one.
I'll just eat it out of the pan.
Just do it out of that.
Okay, yeah. I'm just going to try it. I mean, these are seriously
Creamy.
light and creamy and fluffy.
The hot, to be careful.
Well, indeed.
Sweet potato mash called Cannon.
Oh!
You could have that with your Yorkshire puddings that we made with the bay mix. Blitz your gravy, blitz your custard, no more lumpy custard or gravy. There's so many applications.
Porridge.
Dips, desserts, appetizers, main meals, light meals, specialised diets, Christmas ideas, cocktails.
Cheese sauce, bread sauce at Christmas. I love
Absolutely.
that.
Now that
these
is
are
off.
phenomenal.
Right.
Yeah,
Actually, I'm going to pop that there.
Yeah, okay.
In fact, what we'll do, Rob, if we may, do-si-do again.
Okay. Look, I'm just going to walk around with this pan.
We're going to do
all right.
a quiche here. So
Can I just say, check out, you've got to check out, the stock is depleting rapidly. All these shows are always phenomenally busy. It is one of our best-selling products. You get the top of the line, the very best that money can buy from Baymix with the Swiss line. The lifetime warranty on the motor. You get 3 blades plus the bonus meat blade. You get the stand, you get the 400ml beaker and lid, and you also get the jug too. Oh, and the processor. All of the whole kit and caboodle. The only thing that you don't get with it, and that's because this is an optional extra you can get from Bamix's website, is a thing called the slicey. So if you want to also slice and dice, there is even an attachment for that. I've got that, it's phenomenal, and you can get that from Bamix's website. But everything else they make, basically, you get in this kit.
Yeah, and what's more, anyone that's watching today that has got a Baymix, and it might be 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, even 70, remember celebrating the 70th birthday, milk, cream and eggs for my quiche. Going back to the slice eye very quickly, which is not available here today, it doesn't matter how old your Baymix is. I call it slice eye.
Okay.
It doesn't matter the age of your Baymix or the model. If you've got one that's many years old, it will still work and compatible with a slice eye or slicey. And it turns your Baymix into a fully fledged food processor.
Then it covers
There's
every
nothing
base.
else you would ever need.
To be honest, I think because it's an extra, because we're all pretty much capable of doing a slice or a chop, but it's slice with a Y, so I call it slice. It is amazing if you want to get that as an extra. Mashed potatoes, oh my goodness me! Everything you can do with this is everything that you would want to do in your kitchen. That you'd have to buy dozens of separate machines at 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 plus pounds to replace this one item for 169, and it's on PayPal as well. Here's some more information. Go get yours right now.
Bamix, the kitchen robot. The beater can be used to prepare mayonnaise with or without egg, creamy sauces, as well as cake icing. For mayonnaise, attach the beater. Run the Bamix for a few seconds, hold at an angle and raise slowly. Your mayonnaise is ready. For light mayonnaise, coffee cream is used instead of eggs. For salty quiches or sweet flans, combine the ingredients to produce a creamy mix. Homemade mashed potatoes? Use the switched off beater to mash hot potatoes. Switch on the beater and mix the ingredients to get fluffy mashed potatoes.
Everything Everything about this machine is 100% food grade safe.
Yes.
The Swiss really are synonymous with quality. Why am I taking the C blade?
I don't know. Well, while you put it back on, let me just say it's £169 versus £199. We also have PayPal available, 58.65 times 3 payments. That includes your postage and packing. If you want to spread the cost interest-free over 3 months, just select PayPal as your payment method when you check out. It'll take you through the process of getting that all sorted. Once it is, your order will be on the way. Otherwise, you can just put it on a regular credit or debit card if you so desire. You can order by phone or online, 0333 241 241 or shopontv.co.uk. Great for yourself, great for a friend, great for a loved one, great for a gift. And these are so good you might even want to give them to your enemies because then they'll stay away. It is just a phenomenal machine. Every household, I think, should have it. It's going to replace a blender, a food processor, a liquidizer, a milk frother, a coffee frother. You know, the fancy little things you put in your coffee to froth the coffees in the morning. Don't need that anymore. Cappuccino machine.
Ice cream maker. Smoothie maker.
And so much more.
And so many different appliances that generally are kept in the back of a cupboard.
Yeah.
Our logic is, if you see Baymix, you pick it up, use it, wash it, rinse it, put it back on the stand.
All Baymix have done is taken the bowls and the things like that away and given you all of the gubbins, the workhorse part.
And remember, this is the kitchen robot. It is the workhorse of the kitchen, very well put. 1.8 metres of curly cord. It sounds really strange, doesn't it? But that makes you very mobile around your kitchen. So as Rob said, and I've taken this little hint tip, if you like, from Rob, is place your machine between the stove, if you may, and the sink. That way you take it to your own pans, baking bowls. So we've got roasted tomatoes with the skin on. We've got roasted garlic, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of balsamic, a pinch of sugar, some fresh basil leaves. I also place in there some dried oregano, twice as nice, twice as fresh, and a fraction of the store-bought prices of your pasta sauce. Because I'm not here to knock anything you buy from the supermarket. Of course, it's not bad for you, okay? Quite expensive, the fresher, the better. But quite honestly, all your pasta sauces are in the supermarket, a tin tomatoes and a few bits and bobs. You can make your own. As quick and as easy as that.
And again, maybe friends come round unexpectedly.
You
got some pasta, you got some tomatoes and whatnot, but you haven't got any pasta sauce. Or just rush to the express shop across the street and get a tin. Or a jar. No! Apart from the fact the jar will cost you more, look how quick it is to do it. You've suddenly, your leftovers in your fridge, it's amazing what you can whip up.
Have a clear out fridge meal. Go to the store cupboard, rustle out some ingredients. Remember, if you're vegan, vegetarian, lactose intolerant, you're pescatarian, customise the food to suit your dietary requirements, your taste buds as an individual. Less of this, more of the other. Whether you're doing a breakfast smoothie in the morning for the children, maybe you're whipping up your eggs for your omelettes or scrambled eggs, maybe you're doing egg whites for your baking, maybe you're a bit of a keen baker.
Can you get stiff peaks with egg whites?
100%.
So your bowl mixer, you don't even need that anymore?
I want to tell the viewers this, because Baymix is so fast, the speed that is, 12,000 on the low speed, and 18,000 RPM.
Oh, 80?
18.
Oh, 18. I thought you said 18. Okay.
I would recommend for egg whites, use the low speed only. And remember, hints, tips and ideas.
If we've got time, we'll whip some egg whites.
We will do that. Hopefully we have time.
So that's our pasta done.
Right.
Now I know what you're doing now.
Now, holy moly.
Guacamole. Can I tell you a story quickly?
Quickly.
Jack Nicholson, when he directed, he didn't say cut at the end of a take. He said, that's a guacamole. It's a true story.
I never knew that one. You learn something new every day, don't you?
You do.
Okay, so we still have the C blade on. Remember, the most versatile blade. The blades are not sharp, barring that meat and fish mincing blade, the complementary blade. Again, all I'm going to do here...
Avocado.
Avocado. Now, I've got to be honest, Rob. I know this is on television here, but I'm going to be truthful. I didn't put any sliced chili inside there. Normally I would do. So normally I put a little bit of sliced.
That's an odd
and also
confession
cilantro, which obviously is cilantro is what? Coriander.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, that's the American coriander. Right? It's coriander basically. But I didn't put any coriander inside there because, truth be known, I forgot that, and I forgot the red chili. But I've got the avocado inside there. I've got a little bit of sour cream. I've got some tomato and some garlic. Now again, what you can do is tweak it. Less of this, more of the other. Lovely and smooth, but please remember, If I just draw your attention to my fingertips ever so quickly, because I've got loads of demos still to show you.
Yeah.
Watch this here. You may pulse. If you want that chunky soup, if you want that chunky dip, if you want to sort of make things a little bit more coarse or chunky, don't keep your finger on the bottom, because remember, it spins so quickly.
Yeah, you'll get used to it though.
Absolutely. But it's easy to.
What would a store-bought guacamole cost? That's also, you read the instructions on the back. They've got all these extra ingredients that you can't pronounce. They're probably laden with sugar, and goodness knows what else that's bad for you. This, I mean, what does an avocado cost, and the other ingredients to do this raw, to do it yourself at home? But the fact is, it's so easy to do it. If it was a chore, if you have to go into the cupboard, get the big food processor out, and then it's not worth doing a small batch because you've got it all out and all the effort and all the faff. So we'll have to do a big batch, and then you've got tins of guacamole in the fridge you don't know what to do with.
They go out of date sometimes, don't they?
Yeah,
you don't use them.
With the Bamix, you can literally do one portion at a time or several portions.
All fresh produce, okay? So again, what you would do, you go to the supermarket, you buy your ingredients. Again, try and buy loose, hand-picked fruits and vegetables. The fresher, the better.
Can you do hummus?
Oh, with your chickpeas?
Yeah.
In
Tarama
seconds.
salata. Tzatziki.
Again, tzatziki, dips, desserts, appetizers, main meals, light meals, cocktails, Christmas ideas, mocktails, you name it. Basically, Bamix can do it. Remember,
Is there anything
Magimix,
it can't do?
KitchenAid, Cuisinart, Chemist Chef. Great machines.
Yes.
But this is something you'll use, I believe, every day of the week, every week of the year. It'll never let you down. It'll become
And they
your
were all
trusted
modelled
kitchen
after
companion.
this was the first.
Right, we are going to do...
Yeah, loads of free recipes at baymixuk.com.
So
is
should
that
we
right?
use the grinder?
baymixuk.com. Yeah.
Oh, no, we're doing the baby food, aren't we?
Let's do baby food, yeah.
Right, so...
Finally, a meal for me.
This is, honestly, where 19 years-ish, we got our machine initially, okay? This is a little bit of gravy on the top. This is cooked vegetables, not raw, although you may puree root raw vegetable and also crush ice dry. Let's take the C blade off. You could use this one for the baby food, but I'm not going to on this occasion. Remember, anything viscous, you normally use that blade, the C blade. On this occasion, I'm going to use that blade there. That's the sharp blade.
Did you say those are raw or they're not?
No, these are cooked.
They're cooked. But
you can do raw.
They're great for stir fries if you pulverise raw veggies.
Yeah, or you do sushi or anything of that nature.
Well, it maintains all of the
nutrients, the vitamins. You're not boiling it away or steaming it away. Right, again, I'm going to just dance this on the top. Now, if your baby has got to the stage where they're beginning to cut their teeth and you don't want it super smooth, then again, pulse the machine. Remember, it's finger touch operation, okay? Under 1,000 grams in weight. Remember, Bamix whips, beats, blends, liquidizes, minces, mashes, it grates and grinds. It's not the new kid on the block. Bamix has been established again since 1954. So now we're talking in the region of around 70 years. And if there's anything that you do miss out a little bit, you're going to spend a little bit more time. But I have my producer in my ear saying, John, come on, hurry up, because we've got loads of dishes to get through. We've got loads of different demonstrations to show all the viewers at home. And what I will say...
I wish I had my glasses. I'm just reading all of this is actual baby food. All of the rubbish that's in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad for the babies, of course not. I don't want to mislead or confuse anybody. But this really is almost like junk in the jar compared to fresh.
Well, also a lot of the fruits, they're just pureed fruit. You could puree fruit in literally seconds.
Absolutely. So if you're doing your apple for your apple sauce or for your baby food. Right, let me just pop a little bit of this in here.
You're going to put it in the bowl.
You can see the consistency here, okay?
I think we should have a little reenactment as well.
And, hang on. Do you want me to...
yeah, go on. Get the aeroplane ready.
Now, I haven't got the spoon, so we're going to use a fork.
A fork's fine. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so here we go. Okay, you ready? I'll do this nice and slow. Ready?
Here it comes.
There we go.
Oh, it's really good.
It is really good. Well, you sound surprised.
Well, I don't know, because babies, they can't really tell you if it
can be bland. So again, tweak it. Less of this, more of the other.
As an adult, I would eat something like that.
Have a bit of the guacamole in a moment's time. That's lovely.
Yeah. Okay.
So just pop that there for you. Okay.
Just quick. A dip and a chip, as they call it in America. Oh, come here. Yeah, come here. Oh, yeah.
It's good, isn't it? Right, remember, when you take the meat blade off or place it on the bottom of your Bamix, disconnect the machine from the mains and make sure the blade is dry and your hands are dry, okay?
Yeah. Before we go on though, are you almost, we've got these, Bamix have made these amazing little videos that show you how the blades work and the processor too, as a summary. So here we have another one for you, back with more live demos after that. And we will literally blow your mind with the amount of demonstrations we've still got left. All that you've seen already, you're probably thinking, what else? How far could this go? We could do a 3 or 4 hour show. We're not going to, but that's because there's so much you can do with this amazing machine.
Bamix, the kitchen robot. Select the correct attachment for the particular recipe. The multi-purpose blade or the meat and vegetable blade are suitable for pureeing and mixing. The best results are achieved in a high, narrow beaker. In the case of raw and fibrous vegetables, the sharp meat and vegetable blade produces the best result. Switch the Bamix to level 2. While working, turn from the wrist, hold at an angle and then raise. Repeat the procedure until the desired level of fineness has been achieved. Basil, pine kernels, parmesan, a little olive oil and garlic, the meat and vegetable blade is suitable for making a finely pureed pesto. Pureeing cooked soups with the multi-blade. The Bamix can be used directly in the pan. Spätzle pasta and other light dough can be prepared quickly with the multi-purpose blade. Hold the Bamix at an angle and draw slowly through the dough. Use the multi-purpose blade to produce airy and smooth yeast dough. Cream, frozen fruits and powdered sugar ices can be produced in an instant with the multi-purpose blade. Bamix is so powerful that it chops even deep frozen berries and ice cubes in an instant.
It's so versatile. It really is the ultimate multitasker in your kitchen. Put it between your sink and your food preparation area or your hob. With that long cord, you'll always be going backwards and forwards. The wash up is so easy, or the clean up as they say in America. Nothing really that needs to go in a dishwasher except maybe the bowls or the cups or the beakers that you've used to do your food processing in. Remember, the Bamix is essentially the engine of a food processor, just without the bowl or the jug or the cup. So that means you can use it in whatever bowl, jug, cup or receptacle you choose. And one of the reasons this is used in commercial kitchens, in restaurants, the finest restaurants in the world use Bamix. And because you could actually, those huge multi-litre vats that they do soups and sauces and reductions in, they use the Bamix in those. Up to 15 litres of liquid this will move and blend and beat and aerate. I mean, it's extraordinary, it really is. It was designed for this purpose. And that's why it is the number one. That's why it is the original. We've got an amazing saving for you. £199 is the regular price. We've got 30 quid off, and we include a bonus meat blade as well, which is about £14, I think they are, on Bamix's website. Also loads and loads of free recipes. When you go to the Bamix UK website, bamixuk.com, and you can get all of these incredible recipes for free. PayPal Pay in 3 as well, but you've got to check out. If you don't check out, when you put it in your basket, it doesn't reserve it. It's still available in open stock and somebody else could buy it and it could sell out on you. So when you know you want it, buy it, check out, pay for it, it'll be on its way to you, and you can spread the cost over 3 interest-free monthly instalments if you wish to apply for PayPal Pay in 3. Right, okay, I'm conscious of us not fitting everything in, so let's go on with it, as they say.
Let's crack on. Okay, now, I want to make this very, very clear. This white processor is a spare. You get the black one, please.
Yes.
You don't get the white. I'm just using this for demonstration, just to make that clear.
Yes.
Can you pass me the teaspoon down there, please, Rob?
The teaspoon?
Right, so here we go. For those bakers...
It's a silver spoon.
Thank you, sir. For those people that want icing sugar, but it's gone hard in the box, or maybe you've run out, take a look at this.
You didn't buy any.
This is granulated sugar. I'm going to pop this on this slate tile. That's granulated. Now, the drier the sugar, the better the result. Blades are already inside. Remember, we don't use the 4 smaller blades that goes on the bottom of the bay mix. And here's a great little tip. Maybe you've already got a bay mix. Maybe you've had one for many, many years. But here's the little tip. Remember, you can use this grinder both wet and dry processor. The lid's made of polycarbonate. It's virtually unbreakable lids. What they make riot shields from, incidentally. Now, no blade on the bottom of your bay mix.
It's a riot-proof food processor.
But I predict a riot. There will be a riot if we don't crack on, because Leslie will tell me.
I know.
Right.
But you'll have a food riot in your kitchen when you get
Dry the bottom of your bay mix, because what you don't want, especially where the sugar's concerned, is that sugar to become damp, moist or wet. Now, from granulated sugar on the high speed, 18,000 revolutions per minute, down to caster sugar, takes roughly around about, depending on the quantity, that length of time.
Amazing.
Right, so that's about 15 seconds or so, give or take. And you know, use your own sort of judgment on things, okay? So it's difficult. I tell you what, let's just put a little spoonful.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Next
put
door.
a spoonful of sugar.
I don't know if you can see the difference in consistency. Right, now, icing sugar in the supermarket is more expensive than granulated.
I always thought icing sugar was a different kind of sugar. I didn't realise it was just very
It doesn't matter whether you do regular icing sugar or royal icing sugar.
But also, you don't bake a lot. You don't need to buy a bag of icing sugar because you'll never use it.
Right, so at home where your kettle is, the chances are you've got 3 canisters, tea, coffee and sugar.
Yeah.
So if you've run out of icing sugar or even caster sugar, take your sugar dry from the canister or the sugar bag, pop it inside your processor, and for icing sugar, that takes from the caster sugar stage about another 30 to 40 seconds. But Rob, the idea is with the grinder, inside the processor, the grinder, you can do your rices. You can do like lentils for dal. So you can do rice for rice flour, lentils for dal. You can do curries, nuts, pulses, grains, chutneys and jams.
Desiccate coconut?
100%, but make sure the coconut comes out the shell and you're just doing the flesh. Again, bread for breadcrumbs, biscuit for biscuit base, hard Parmesan cheese about 15 seconds, soft herbs like mint, thyme, parsley, garlic or coriander. And please remember, you may use this wet, completely wet. Homemade pate, pesto sauce, guacamole, hummus, salsa, tahini. The longer I process this for, the finer the result will become. Okay?
Wowzer.
But that there, a little bit longer, truth be known,
It's amazing.
is as fine as you like. And remember, you wash the grinder, the processor, in warm soapy water or pop it in the dishwasher. I recommend you wash it by hand, and you don't get a cross transfer of flavour, taste
Now,
or
normally
odour.
you go and spend, I don't know, about 15 quid for a cheap one, 30, 45 maybe for a fancy one, for a coffee bean grinder. Don't need to have that anymore. So take that off the price, 169. Say take 30 quid, it's 139. If we start taking off the amounts of money that these separate machines would cost to do half the things that this can do, that the Bamix can do, we'd be at negative hundreds of pounds, if not thousands of pounds, by the end of the show.
The only thing it won't do, it won't let you down in the kitchen. I promise you. There it is.
And on that bombshell, get yourself one. They're normally £199 here at ShopOnTV. We've got it for £169, and you can spread the cost on PayPal Pay in 3 if you wish to as well. You get the whole bundle, the whole kit and caboodle. Order online at shopontv.co.uk or give us a call 033 241 241. But make sure you check out. It's crazy busy, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. See you on ShopOnTV. Bye.